Hello, hello. Welcome in. Now I know why. So come on in, have a seat, get comfortable. I was messing with my title. YouTube wouldn't let me put Nanos in my title tonight, so that was fun times. But I'm here. Getting everything set up. Okay. So thank you for coming on in on Friday night. Hope everybody had a great day. Hi, Palm Queen. Good to see you. Good to see you. I was doing Easter stuff all day. I think I got everything for the bunny to do his job. So, and you were just coming in. I know it's like a weird time to go live, 10:43, but I was having a horrible time with my titles. I was trying to put Sheriff Nanos' name in my title, and it kept kicking it out, saying there's something wrong. As soon as I deleted it, boom, again. It was fine. Like, really? How do you have that kind of clout where someone can't put your name in a title on YouTube? I mean, wow. Happy Easter. I'm excited. I got the boys some cute stuff, and I didn't do as much candy this year because I literally was cleaning out this like tote that was by our fireplace, and I found some of their Easter candy from last year in a little bag wrapped up, and I thought, you know what? No. So we're minimizing everything this year. So with that being said, tonight we've got a couple of things that I want to discuss. We've got a statement from Sheriff Nanos that I want to go over. And then a lot of you have already heard that, I know I'm going to probably mispronounce her name, but that Leticia Stauch is getting a new trial. She's appealed, and she's getting a new trial. So I have a little news broadcast to review about that, and let me know your thoughts on that. I don't know, that whole thing that's going to be a hard trial to go through again for that family, for jurors, and again, another one that there ended up being a lot of drama around afterwards because of the pictures, and there were autopsy photos of this little boy put behind paywalls, and it just, a lot of boundaries were crossed with this. It just was really sad. But then we have Truth Warrior is going to be getting on in a few, and she has got she's always digging, reading everything possible that she can on any of these cases that we follow. And she ran into some kind of interesting information that a few people have been looking into, a guy that she wants to bring some information to the table and talk about it. So we're going to do that in a little bit. But first, I am going to me find him. Oh, that was the other thing. I almost forgot. Before we do talk to Truth Warrior, I also found today when I was cruising around, we had a big discussion about, hi Truth Warrior, good to see you. We had a discussion about serial killers a couple nights ago, and oddly enough, another one of Ted Bundy's suspected murder cases was solved. So I've got the press conference from that we can go over. Like, that was interesting to hear. We were just talking about it, and so here is. Okay. So this is the latest. This is from April 3rd. In-depth, Pima County Sheriff Nanos defends investigators in the Nancy Guthrie case. So here's our lovely Sheriff Nanos. This is Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos is defending his investigators working the Nancy Guthrie case after questions surfaced about their experience level. News 4 Tucson sat down one-on-one with Chris Nanos at the Pima County Sheriff's Department. He said he had complete faith in his team and wants to set the record straight. You cannot attack my department, attack the sheriff, but you will not get by with attacking my department, Nanos said. I haven't heard anybody attacking the department. I've heard them attacking his management of the department, his treatment of his staff, his treatment of everyone around him. That's what I've heard people question. Now, yes, we did hear that he had some kind of younger deputies, investigators on this case. And yeah, you do question somebody with 5 years experience versus 25 years of experience. That's a given. But I don't think it was in a mean-hearted or a way that anybody was, trying to say that they weren't doing what they were supposed to. It was just questioned. But I find this funny that he's kind of, puffing up again. This is all for show. Because the minute, from everything we've heard from other people that have worked for him, the minute one of them makes him mad, they're going to be doing garbage duty, right? So, public reports say that his investigators made mistakes in the early stages of Guthrie's disappearance. Nano pushed back against those claims. Discrediting an investigation like this doesn't help anything. It's very harmful. No, we don't believe there were any mistakes made, Nano said, which I think we can all disagree with that. This obviously, if the crime scene had to be given back 3 times, something was screwed up. Discrediting an investigation, He also fought back against public accusations that the lead investigator on Guthrie's case has never investigated a homicide. Nanos pointed to the sergeant's track record as proof. The sergeant has been the supervisor of homicide for over 2 years. And in that time, he has solved some pretty significant, very high-profile cases for this area. The Reddington homicide, the Goodwill homicide. They solved that within days, Nanos said. Nanos also addressed recent reports calling for him to step down as sheriff. He reminded Tucson that more than 1 million represents Pima County Sheriff's deputies, and they aren't all against him. He made it clear he won't tolerate attacks on his department. I'm not going to stand for it. These people work hard every day to keep our community safe, Nanos said. So, and that's it for Nanos, but that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And exactly. He's just, what did I do? One moment, please. I am breaking my internet. I'm sorry. He's got to fluff up. He's got to show off. And I think the biggest thing that we're saying is that his team didn't have good leadership. in the beginning. And yeah, how do you, I don't know. How do you leave something that from now what we're hearing, what is believed to have happened inside the house? How do you just leave that and then literally have to close it back up for as a crime scene 2 more times because you forgot, and now you've let people in that scene. Family's been in there, electricians, cleaners, whatever. Like that's a mistake. That's a failure. I don't know whose it was, but it was someone's, and oh, he drives me crazy. So yeah, that's his latest little thing. Haven't heard of anything. I haven't seen anything new in the case, just other than is it day 62, I think. And they're still pretty much right where they were. I haven't heard any big things with JLR, that nerdy addict out there yet again. I did see, because I checked on X, it looks like that nerdy addict was actually going out searching. I don't know where he's going. But he, I guess, has got some film, he recorded. So if you want to see any of that, I think he's obviously probably not uploading it right then. He wasn't doing it live, but he'll probably do it tomorrow. So yeah, no airport fights, no Starbucks fights. So I guess it was a good day, right? Now I have heard a lot of people say, from the people that were saying they were from the area, and nerdy addict, and some of those guys were saying that they haven't seen any of these flyers out and around, but I think they were just handing them to people. I don't think you can hang flyers up, if I remember correctly. That was something that some of those, do you remember those 2 ladies that got in trouble for going on people's properties? I think they were trying to hang up flyers and they got in trouble for that, because you're not allowed to hang them up. So but yeah, that's pretty much it in the Nancy Guthrie case today. And next is this. This is what I wanted to look at for Leticia Stauch. This just really stinks. Like I said, this trial was so hard. And I can't imagine now the family has to go through this again. And the stuff that she did to that little boy is just, I don't know. I don't understand why they didn't handle the jury issue right at the beginning. It would have been easily dealt with. But now, here we are.
Today, Leticia Stauch was sentenced to 2 life sentences without parole for the premeditated murder of her stepson, Gannon.
Like I said, this was another one that turned into a circus, because you had people getting these autopsy photos, putting them behind paywalls. You had
life in prison with no possibility of parole. She got that charge twice.
Yeah. Standing here today with some of the happiest news that we have waited 3 years for is that he has finally received justice.
For me, it only solidifies the loss. The loss that I'll never get to see my boy again.
Well, today, the stepmother found guilty of killing 11-year-old Gannon Stauch.
And that was horrible, because wasn't he deployed for part of this? Oh, this was the trial of Leticia Stauch. Her husband was deployed, and she was in charge of taking care of his son, and she took his life and put him in a suitcase. They thought she basically tortured him beforehand, and she's absolutely crazy. But there was something, I'm trying to remember what it was. It was one of the jurors was like related to someone in the was it in the DA's office or something like that? And at the time, they said it wasn't a big deal. They went on that it wouldn't cause a problem. Well, now I believe that's what they're using as their get out of jail free card to now have a new trial. So now this family has to go through all of that all over again. And there was a creator that FOIA'd this afterwards, and somehow she accidentally got unredacted autopsy photos, and she didn't put them on YouTube, but she put them in like Patreon, I think it was. And I believe the reason she said she was doing that is because she was trying to keep everyone from seeing them, I guess. I don't know. But so yeah, these horrible photos. And of course they didn't just stay in Patreon. It's like Discord. You know, you can say there's no screenshotting in here, but people screenshot all the time, you know? And well, and that's it. That's it. They never should have even been released in the first place. And that was one of the things that was discussed, is that possibly it was a mistake that they just gave her like everything instead of going through. And I don't see her around really anymore. This girl, what was her name? Zav, I think was her name. And it's just one of those, like, what were you thinking moments, you know? Sometimes people get too overzealous to be the first to show everybody something, you know? And just, I don't know, you know, I'm gonna have to look into that. Hi, Boodlebug. I've got very nice bushes, so go ahead and hang out. You're welcome to.
Stauch in 2020 had her murder convictions overturned. The Colorado Court of Appeals found a member of the jury was biased in Leticia Stauch's 2023 trial, and as a result, a retrial has been ordered. The court's decision explains that a juror had a relative who worked in the district attorney's office that prosecuted this case. Now it's up to the DA to try and fight that decision or prepare for a new trial.
Denver 7's Clint Bordelon spoke with Gannon's father.
Again, they knew this back then, before the trial started, so I don't understand why they didn't just handle that. To me, is such a stupid thing to not handle.
Back when this appeals process all started.
On January 27th of this year,
opens up wounds.
6 years to the day, 11-year-old Gannon Stauch was reported missing by his stepmother, Leticia Stauch. The appeals process in her...
It was horrible. It was horrible, Boodlebug. And can you imagine now they have to go through it all over again? That's what I've got. I got my screen in the middle, and I got the one chat on the left, one chat on the right, and then I got my phone on just in case I miss anybody. Oh, she is. You know who she reminds me of too is that remember Taylor Shabusiness? Like just evil. Like no soul at all.
Her case began.
The initial hearing on the anniversary of his death, that was pretty difficult.
That's when I spoke with Al Stauch, the boy's father.
I hope they get it right.
In 2023, Gannon's stepmom, Leticia Stauch, was convicted of his murder by a jury. She's currently serving life in prison. But it's one of those jurors at the center of her appeal.
It shakes the framework and the foundation of fundamental fairness that's guaranteed by the Constitution in these cases. And that
fairness. Unfortunately, Gavin wasn't given fairness, right? Because let's worry about her fairness. I mean, I'm sorry, but after watching that trial, there's nothing. I don't care if someone was biased or not. You didn't need to be biased. It was obvious that this woman hurt that little boy on purpose. And she hit him on purpose. And she lied about what happened on purpose to save her own behind.
That's why it's reversed, and that's why we'll likely have a new trial.
Attorney Stephen Longo, who's followed this case since the beginning, says he was not surprised by the Colorado Court of Appeals decision, which found one of the jurors who deliberated was biased. During the jury selection process, a prospective juror told the court that his son-in-law worked as a deputy district attorney in the same office as the lead prosecutor on the case. As a result, Leticia Stauch's convictions were reversed or overturned, and a new trial has been ordered.
Why would the DA fight leaving this juror on, knowing it could potentially create a basis for this type of reversal?
We reached out to Leticia Stauch's attorney for...
Exactly. It is a really just stupid thing. It was, I had to I was on and off with this one because there were just some days I just could not listen. Because it was just horrible.
An interview, and he gave us a statement saying, in part, common sense tells us that a prospective juror whose son-in-law works for the prosecuting attorney should be disqualified.
So it's tough to blame the prosecution. They made, I think, the argument any of us would make is saying, hey, that person has a right to be on this jury. They don't have any inherent bias that's been exposed. There's just this relationship, and the judge allowed it.
We also asked the district attorney's office about this decision, which they called disappointing. They'll be working with the attorney general's office to secure a review of this case in the Colorado Supreme Court, but say they'll be prepared to present the case to a new jury if necessary.
Go get a new jury and try it again and secure another conviction.
A retrial.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just it. Hopefully there's not one of those big evidence fights and stuff that, everything that was allowed in the first trial is allowed in the second. But see, that's the problem with things like that. With this girl that shared all those photos, is now we have a retrial. And now how many people have seen those photos? How many potential jurors have seen those photos? This is something that can happen, and you can screw up a real live person's case by trying to get certain stuff out. Sometimes you have to just use a little bit of discretion with stuff, and would it be great to get all those things out? Oh yeah, it would. Not great as far as what they were, but as far as views and being, you put a title on social media that you're the first to see these photos, that you're the first to release these, that's how you do it. That's how you get, how you make all the money off of these big cases. But you got to think, is what you're doing going to hurt somebody in the long run? Because that could be something that could come up in this. If they're looking for stuff, and let's say they want to reintroduce those photos, now they can say, no, see, these were publicly published. So
that's now a likely reality.
Obviously, I don't want to go through the trial again.
6 years after Gannon Stauch first disappeared.
Even if we have to go do that all over again, I'm as close to 100% confident in the subsequent result as can be.
With a father who wants to finish this case once and for all. Colette Bordelon, Denver 7.
In her original trial, Leticia Stauch pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity. Her team claimed she suffered a psychotic break that led to the boy's death. We'll keep you posted on what happens next in this case on air and online at denver7.com. Colette has been dedicated to covering Gannon's story over the past 6 years, including his parents' push to get the Justice for Gannon Foundation off the ground. They're working to change laws around how missing children alerts are sent out, along with funding the travel and housing for families who find themselves in similar situations as Gannon's family did, and getting a grant to help sponsor kids who want to pursue STEM careers.
Oh, it's just so sad, and it's just because of red tape. Just something, Oh no, jury duty. I've been called to jury duty 3 times, but I've never had to serve. The one time I had to go down and I had to sit there 2 days in a row. And the county that I live in, they don't pay a lot. It's $15 per half day. So they would send us home, and if you stayed there, they'd give you $30 for the day and lunch, and that included gas, all that stuff. But what they would do is they'd end up excusing us at 11 o'clock. So no lunch, and you only get your $15 or whatever. And it happened 2 days in a row. And I remember I was a hairdresser and I paid booth rent at the time, and I had to reschedule 2 days worth of appointments, but I still had to pay booth rent for those 2 days. Oh, I was mad. I did not make, it wasn't even close to my booth rent what I made for the what do you call it, fees. Oh, she is nuts. I remember watching her and just seeing her facial expressions, and well, that's it. My mom kept getting called for it too. And oh, thank you, Suzanne. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. But like my ex-husband has like never been called. My dad never got called. And that's just it, Rhonda. Like you cannot trust anything that comes out of her mouth. And like this is my thing when people say like, you know, by reason of insanity. Oh, I had a mental breakdown at that moment, but then I'm fine now and I'm good. I can go out in the world and just forgive me for that. Like no, if you know to hide it, you know you did wrong. You did wrong, and so she did. And that's the thing is it wasn't just that day. Like imagine what he went through with all of that. Just every day. I mean, let's see. That's what I kept thinking with that story was what in the world did that poor little kid go through, And okay. I know it's just weird how it works. I think they told us it works by driver's licenses, something like that. That was something that was brought up, and that I always wondered that too. And here this guy was serving his country, and he trusted that his little boy was safe, and I just can't imagine what he felt like. It still feels like. Oh, I wonder why. Yeah, I said I don't have any members only stuff up. I just got memberships like what was it, like a week and a half ago? I think it was. But yeah, I usually set mine on the it depends. Some people set theirs on different tiers for different they'll put different posts on different tiers, but mine I think is set for I only have 2 tiers of membership, but I think mine's just set for the lowest one for all my, like if I do put a post. And what I am going to do, I have to work on that this weekend, is getting the because one of the things that I offer too is a discount code for my nail and skincare website. So anybody that does the membership will get a code each month to use if they want to use that on the website. So yeah, I will. That's what I need to do though. Actually, I'm glad you said that, Suzanne, because I have to I need to test that. So that's something I'll do. Is I wanted to put that poll up. That's what I'll do, Truth. That poll I was talking about the other day, I'll put that up in members only. And then you guys vote on it, and tell me if you see it, so that I know I'm doing it right, because I'm still learning how to steer all this stuff. Okay, so now we're going to move right along, because we are organized people, right? Kind of, sort of. Next I wanted to go over with real quickly is before I start this too, and I know YouTube was having some glitches with videos too, so it even could be that, Suzanne. YouTube has been being stinky lately about uploading and posts and things like that. And so, like I said, it took me like 5 minutes just to get my live started, and I had to keep tweaking my title because it didn't like words that were in it. So, this is my last little like random thing for tonight. I was scrolling through YouTube and I found this, and we were just the other night talking about Ted Bundy and about serial killers, and Ted Bundy was one that we were talking about, and we were talking about that, in fact, and that kind of will segue into what Truth is going to talk about a little bit about the guy that she was looking into. and found some really interesting information about him. But we were talking about serial killers and saying, is this person that went into Nancy Guthrie's house, are they, a serial criminal? Are they doing this? Do they want to hurt old ladies? Do they, what is 11/11? Make a wish, everybody. So anyway, talking about that, up on my feed pops up this press conference about Ted Bundy, and that yet another murder has been solved decades later. And so I thought we could give this a watch before we get into our deep dive.
Sheriff Mike Smith. We have Commissioner Bo Mason from the Utah Department of Public Safety. We have our Sergeant Mike Reynolds of our investigations team, his lead detective Jake Hall, who helped spearhead this investigation. We also have representatives and family members of the Laura and Amy family. And at this time, I'll turn it over to Sheriff Smith.
Thank you and good morning. We're here today to give an update on the murder of Laura and Amy that occurred in the fall of 1974. We now have definitive evidence proving that Theodore Ted Bundy murdered Laura, and we can announce that this case is officially closed. This renewed effort to solve the case came about due to Detective Sergeant Mike Reynolds and Detective Jake Hall in their efforts to review all of Utah County's cold cases. These detectives moved the Amy case forward with evidence gathered in 1974, and I just want to say that, looking at that evidence in 1974, I believe we have one of the investigators here. I want to add that they did a phenomenal job. That evidence has endured the years and was pristine. They did a phenomenal job in preserving what brought us to this conclusion today. With that evidence and the full support of the Utah County Sheriff's Office, we bring this case to a closure. And most importantly, we bring closure, hopefully, to the Amy family who have endured over 50 years of the loss of their loved one. Although Bundy did claim that he committed the murder of Laura, the confession he gave was deemed to be not enough evidence to close the case and rule out any other party having had committed this crime, as had been speculated at the time. Fortunately, we have new forensic techniques become available through our partnership with the Utah Department of Public Safety Crime Lab that have made the closure of this case possible. We can now say, without a doubt, that Theodore Ted Bundy did in fact murder Laura and Amy in the fall of 1974, and that law enforcement now has DNA testing results that are compatible with the latest DNA testing standards. This will make any future DNA test comparison easier for those law enforcement agencies who still have open cases involving Bundy. I will also add that if Bundy were alive today, we would have pursued this case to the fullest extent. And we would have pushed this criminal case and asked for punishment, capital punishment, and the death penalty from our Utah County Attorney's Office. At this time, I would like to turn some time over to Sergeant Mike Reynolds, who will go over the details of this investigation. After he speaks, Commissioner Bo Mason will take some time to speak about the crime lab.
Let me just pause this really quick. Well, this is one of the things that I love. Hi, ATS. Welcome. That I love about cold cases and is being able to see something like this many years later, where they can use the forensics and the technology that they have now to solve some of these that literally they thought were unsolvable.
Thank you, Sheriff.
If I could just open up, I've been asked to kind of answer a few questions that may come up through the overall announcement. Without the strength of this sheriff and this administration and the sheriff, I believe we still continue to spin some wheels and time continues to burn on. However, with the passion of the sheriff and at his direction of his administrators, we're able to get.
Sorry about that. My internet is being wonky tonight, so it could also be that the teenager's home tonight stealing my bandwidth upstairs. So
Get all of the necessary resources to close a crime that is long overdue. There's not enough that I can say wonderful about the Laura Ann Amy case, and well, excuse me, actually, there's nothing that I can't say that's not wonderful about the Laura Ann family. And Laura Amy is the quintessential daughter of Utah County, and we felt the pain that the family feels when she was taken. We felt the pain that you felt this whole entire time, and we've had a desire to deliver to you some type of healing. And I know I can't really say the word closure, but some type of healing, and hopefully we've brought that. I'm going to kind of go back to script here. It's a little easier, but at the onset of the beginning of this assignment to the Utah County investigations a year ago, this is top priority of myself with its cold cases. My desire was to bring resolution of some kind, some type to the families and present some type of closure. I feared that in some time, people would start to forget these victims. They would start to forget the names, and we would really lose the point of serving justice. I met with our existing senior cold case detective, who without him would have also been impossible, and that's Jay Paul, and he's our senior cold case detective. We got together and we created what was called a cold case, stale case, or slow case review. We felt it was important for cases of violence, cases of where children are missing or adults are missing, that we revisit these things periodically and not forget what's out there, and we hold ourselves accountable. And we basically essentially tells ourselves to do better, perform better, and to be better. With cold cases, we face quite a bit of particular challenges, and some of those steeper challenges in comparison to other critical cases are the integrity. And the sheriff mentioned because we had professional officers back in '74, and because we have professional CSI, we're able today to hold that evidence 52 years almost later. And if it were, of course, this situation, we believe that they would stand on its face.
that is amazing to me.
And it starts to degrade. On the positive side, the forensics, the policing, the techniques, the sciences, they evolve. And with that evolution comes the luck that we had. And after scouring the cases and scouring the evidence that we had, we knew we had probably one or two shots, maybe, on some of this evidence. And we were able to get in front of the Utah State Forensic Bureau, and we were able to present our case. And they believed in us as well, and believed that the things that we had scoured through and the things that we presented were professional in nature, and held the key to solving this case, and ultimately what you did. Again, in the beginning of March, this is when we learned that we got the results back from the state. We knew that it closed the door of nearly almost 52 years. Later, for Laura Amy.
Oh, I don't know if she's going live tonight or not. She is going to one of the cons that she goes to. She's going to see Roseanne and Boy George and all this stuff. So I don't know if she's going live tonight. And tomorrow, I don't think she'll be live unless she does like later on that night in her hotel room. It just depends. But no, I'm not planning on. We haven't talked about anything. We haven't talked about anything for this weekend. So
it provides strength, passion, and now we have the final irrefutable blow to Bundy in this case. Laura has that last opportunity to drop her last words, and I believe she did so. And I believe she did so today. She continues to send small signs And as the day wanes, it reassures us that she's happy with the direction we're going. And this is a good thing. This is a great thing. The full DNA profile of Ted Bundy has been recovered from our case, and it stands now as an aid for other cases to be closed. Currently, and under confidential circumstances, we are aware that there is one case that is also going to be post-closure or be able to be closed due to the evidence that we provide. The sheriff has given his resources and given the green light for us to do anything within our means to cooperate and share anything that we may have with other agencies. In closing, the true last things that I can say is thank you to the Laura Amy case, the Laura Amy family. Thank you for your endurance. Thank you for your accepting us into your family and allowing us to take part and actually know what she was all about. And she is a beautiful woman. And as we did these cases, there was nothing, even 52 years later, there was no evil words. There was nothing harsh said. Everything that was always said with love and how much of a loving individual she is. And to recall, probably one of the best stories that I heard was she was one of those individuals that just cared for her siblings and would take her siblings out with her own money at the age of in between 13 to early 17. She would buy candy for her little sisters, and she would care for them out of her own money. And it's just something that is hard to be seen in sibling love, and it's something that we need more of. And it was a perfect example of love, and I thank you for allowing any family to take part of that. And at this point, turn over to Commissioner.
Good morning. I'd like to start off first by recognizing the family of Laura and Amy. While we hope this brings closure to the family, we also recognize how hard this must be to bring up these harsh memories of such a tragic time in that family's history. But I'd also like to recognize Sheriff Smith, his deputies, detectives, and evidence technicians that not only continue to work this case some 50 years later, but also preserve that evidence in such a manner that it can still be utilized today. As Commissioner of the Department of Public Safety, one of my duties is to oversee the Bureau of Forensics, Forensic Services, often referred to as our crime lab. What this way this case kind of worked out is our crime lab met with the detectives as they're working this case. They look at the evidence and try to decide which pieces of evidence hold the best potential to extract that DNA.
This is what I really do hope that the rumors about Nanos working with the FBI and stuff working better together are true, because the FBI really does have some resources that are just beyond anything that anyone else has.
The evidence. They identified those items and began working them within the lab. While doing this, they were able to extract DNA profiles from that evidence, and utilizing a technology that we acquired in early 23 that helps them analyze that evidence, they're able to separate and identify evidence that may be small in sample size, may be degraded due to age or other circumstances, or may contain mixed profiles. Throughout that process, they were able to identify a single male DNA profile and submit that into our CODIS system. CODIS is the combined DNA indexing system that is used nationwide and houses over 26 million profiles from convicted offenders and arrestees in the United States. After submitting that evidence, or that's in CODIS, we received a hit back from Florida. Our lab then worked with the lab in Florida to identify which DNA profile that matched, and came back as a positive match to Ted Bundy. This case not only highlights the collaboration between the lab and police agencies across the state and with the Utah County Sheriff's Office, but it highlights the importance of our CODIS system in not only working cold cases, but also current cases. These detectives in this Sheriff's Office and everywhere else in the state are working active cases today that are utilizing this same system. But it's through the advancement of technology and the resources we have today that we're able to find these older cases, degraded samples, and continue to push them in ways that have never been seen before. In closing, I just again like to thank the Utah County Sheriff's Office for their continued work to dedicate themselves to 50 years of continuing to push this case and work on other cold cases. And I'd also like to recognize all the individuals working in our lab for their professionalism and expertise to continue to drive to keep Utah safe and push the boundaries of what we know today in technology and advancements in DNA. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Sargent. This was a big ask, but we asked the Amy family if they would be willing to come up, have a representative come up and say some words. And Laura's sister, Michelle and Paula, is going to come up and say a few words from the family.
Thank you. I first want to thank the sheriff's team for working so hard on something that we just assumed was a closed case. And so that they had been working on it for a year is really incredible to me. And I'm sure that my mom and dad would be really happy to know that it is closed. You know, I didn't know it was open, but 2 years ago we were informed that the evidence office was putting together a memorial for her, which they have on their wall. And I was asked to, we had stories, and you know, I kind of panicked. I didn't know what to say. I was 12 when Laura died. She was 17, but we were really close. We shared a room. We rode horses together. She was very passionate about animals, and her horse Arab, which she spent a lot of time on him. She would feed him red licorice called nibs. I don't know that they even make those anymore, but anyway, after it was like a treat she gave him, and when she died, he would not eat those anymore. And you know, she was fun. We had a really good time. We used to just do everything. She took me everywhere. You know, as a 12-year-old, that's pretty cool to hang out with your older sister. And I mean, I'm 12 when she died, so I was 11, 10, whatever I was.
And that's the thing, you know. We used to feed the horses down the road from my babysitter licorice and apples. They loved them both. But that this many years later, I'm so glad they can get closure, but they're still sad. They still have a missing part of them.
We were always together. One time she had to clean out the barn. We lived in Fairview. We grew up in Fairview. And she wanted to, we were out there in the dark, and my sister Evelyn, Tara's mom, was taking care of Tommy and Dana, and she was in the house, and Laura decided we should knock on the door and then hide from her. So we would do that. We'd knock on the door, and it's dark out, you know, so Evelyn would open the door, and she'd be like, hello, who's there? And we'd be hiding and laughing about it, you know. And she was just fun. I thought she was fun because, you know, I'm a little kid just following her around, but we had a lot in common, the love of animals and just being outside and doing the things that you do when you live on a farm full of animals. And, you know, we were in 4-H horsemanship, and so we just spent a lot of time together. And I know that she would be really happy to know that it's been closed, that it has been, and just to know that Ted Bundy is like gnashing his teeth in hell is really, I don't know, I hate to think people doing that, but with him and a few other people in the world, that's what they deserve. So anyway, again, I thank you, everybody that's here, for being here. It's really quite amazing that people even are still interested in Laura's case. But I appreciate it. I really appreciate the evidence team and Jake and Mike and you guys for even it being so passionate for you to close. And so I know I speak for my family when I thank you, and thank you media too for even caring. That's it.
Thank you, Michelle.
That is sweet, and I'm glad that many years later, you know, this family can get closure. So on that note, I know it's so sad. It's so sad. He was just such an evil person, and even to his last days, he was just horrible. So let's move on to something that is not going to make us cry, but is going to make us think. So, Truth Warrior, let me do this. Truth Warrior is going to come up, and she's going to steer me through. She found some interesting stuff. Just a second, I gotta send this. Has anyone heard of Isaac Josiah Strauss? Let me do this. I guess, and I'm trying to find the video right now, like a snippet of it, of JLR had talked to a gentleman when they were, I don't know, they're handing out flyers or something like that, And second. What did I send that to? Oh, here it is. Okay. So I'm trying to get the link to you. There we go. Okay. That should work. And this guy has got quite a seedy past. He's thought to be mentally ill. JLR had talked with the guy who, like I said, Truth Warrior is going to steer me through this because I haven't really read a lot about this guy, and she sent me some stuff, but I have not had tons of time to read through it. But I have some links that I'm going to load up, and we'll go through them and see what you think. This guy is now apparently, oh no, we'll try, just try. And I will start loading this stuff up so we can look at it. What did my computer just do? Just a second. Okay, there we go. Sorry, my computer just did something really stupid and I don't know what it was, but so yeah. So and I'm not sure. Do you remember? Okay, no worries. Let's take your time. I remember seeing that video. I can't find it right now. All the newest news about JLR is clogging the search engines. I was trying to find a clip of it, and I know I've got it somewhere in one of my lives somewhere, but it's just, it's just about digging. But let me see. Just a second, I have to scroll to the bottom of all of this. Okay. Let me see. Okay. I can see you. You're up there. I just need you to... Can you unmute your mic? I can't unmute you. I can see you. Austin. I can't hear you though. Hello? There you are.
Can you hear me?
Oh, you muted yourself again. Must have hit it twice. There you go.
Try again. Let's see.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes, so I can't find that video with the clip of him talking to him. Is it in that?
It should have been on Wednesday's live, I believe it was.
On his or
on JLR's.
Oh,
Let me see if I
okay.
can try and find it real fast.
I was trying to find somebody else that clipped it. I didn't want to use any of his stuff.
So I know that the Sleuth Intuition, he posted it on his live the other night, the night before last, so Wednesday night. He shared the little clip from JLR's live showing where the guy says this information. If that's easier for you to get to.
I'll do that. I'll zip through that.
Yeah, because he also pulled up the other videos that I would probably explain a little bit about tonight too. So that might be easier. We'll try that way.
Because I know he's in my history. I didn't have enough room to pull all this up, so. Where is it? After that. What was his name again?
Sleuth Intuition. I've got it pulled up. Just give me one more second and I'll send you the link.
Okay. Oh, I found it. I found it. Ooh, and I put my finger right on the right clip. Okay. Let me do this. Yep, Isaac. Yeah, that's exactly. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay.
Okay, it should be sending. So whenever my service is going well enough, it'll come through.
I just found it. I'm so sorry. I thought you heard me. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, sorry. I've got lag on my end really bad, so it might be terrible for me, but as long as you got it.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to try and go through this. This was somebody that no, does he say how long ago this happened?
So what I found out is the original information about this guy happened in about 2017, 2018.
Okay.
So it goes back that far, and then it's continuous until current. So
what I've learned about Isaac, I don't doubt it. There's somebody homeless creeping around, in between those nice homes at nighttime, right? Nocturnal, living.
Well, that's something that we
if
have
you go
seen.
back to the video the night before that, then yeah, go back to the video before that, his live before that, and go to about 1 hour and 15 minutes in.
Some porch guy drone footage.
It's called the Nancy Guthrie drone footage.
Okay.
Right there, the porch guy. Yep.
All kinds of.
You said what, an hour and.
Yep, right in there. You got it. It's about an hour mark.
Hey, let me know. That kind of reminds me. Here, I wanted to show you guys a few other things.
Well,
this was kind of
know
interesting.
who he is? He's a serial killer from South Six. Isn't that what the guy across the street just said? South Six.
So this guy, JLR, is walking around handing out flyers with a couple of other YouTubers. And they hand it to this guy who appears to be homeless himself. We're getting ready to take a bus or whatever. He looks homeless. He seems to know homeless people. But he said, yeah, I recognize this guy. He said his name is Josiah Joshua Strauss. He's a serial killer. And he's from a local gang called the South Six.
Okay. I'm going to do this really quick. Where's this thing? That's his members only. That didn't work, but oh, I know. Duh. There's a link to this video.
He lives in the Barrio Aztecas trailer park. If you take the bike trail, he's staying in a green tent at the end. And he also has a 14-year-old girl with him, which is kind of creepy. And he has a stutter.
Now, I have since heard that 14-year-old girl is his daughter. Which is still sad if he's homeless with his daughter. But that was something that was discussed early on, is could this possibly be somebody from one of the homeless encampments that are not too far from that area, you know? I mean, a lot of areas, you go one step out of the neighborhood and you can be in some not so nice places.
Barrio's trailer park, the Azteca Trail.
Josiah Joshua Strauss?
Yeah, he stays down there on the end of the bike trail. He has a stutter. Josiah Joshua Strauss. His name's Josiah. His name's Josiah Joshua Strauss.
Josiah Joshua Strauss?
Yeah, he stays down there on the end of the bike trail. He has a stutter. He stutters like really bad. He looks just kind of like he needs to pick up longer hair. He's got a little 14-year-old girl with him too in a tent. It's a green tent on the right-hand side of the trail.
Josiah Joshua Strauss? Devin, thank you.
So this guy has got an extensive record, like Truth Warrior said, starting back from 2017. There's a couple articles that she sent to that talk about him stalking, robbery,
So that was very strange. What else? There was another video. I think it was this one.
People were detained that night. The sheriff's department released all of them hours later. One of them was Luke Daly, who described the moments he was stopped at a local restaurant.
I was on this. Yeah, we already know about that. Let me see which one I brought up. Yeah, so here. Okay, so we have this.
If you click through his video from the other night, yeah, it shows where we were kind of putting his picture with the suspect's picture to compare the eyes to. And also, we'll see a video soon where you can compare his walk. So it's very interesting to see that. I just wanted to throw that in if for some reason I can't stay on voice. So
okay, yeah, definitely. Well, and that's one of the things I was thinking is like we talk about. There's been mention of, did whoever wanted this done hire somebody that maybe wasn't so polished to do the dirty work, and what better than a homeless person who has not a lot of ties, and they're not gonna, a lot of times don't trust police and would never tell. This is Chandler, Arizona. A Chandler man accused of stalking a popular fitness model from Scottsdale is out on bond Wednesday night. Prosecutors say he not only violated a court order, he also asked the victim's father for her hand in marriage. Scottsdale's Alexia Clark, who calls herself a social media influencer, has more than 1.3 million followers on Instagram. Her workouts and photos garner her legions of internet fans, not to mention endorsement deals and modeling opportunities. But she definitely did not want the attention of a fan who allegedly took things too far, Isaac Strauss. The 29-year-old man facing multiple charges, including 8 charges of violating a court order. According to court documents, Strauss has alarmed, threatened, and terrorized Clark, leaving gifts on her car, dropping off handwritten notes, and even contacting her through her dog's social media account. What? And despite her dog. Okay, never mind. I got it. Her dog has a social media account. Okay. And despite continued rejections, Strauss even reportedly involved Clark's parents. Documents say he stopped by their Paradise Valley home numerous times, dropping off flowers for Mother's Day, and even trying to ask Clark's father's permission to marry his daughter. Clark told Strauss he had turned her life upside down, changing her routine and getting a guard dog. She even changed gyms. An employee at Infinity Fitness in Scottsdale told 12 News. An employee at Infinity Fitness in Scottsdale told 12 News Clark no longer works there. 12 News wanted to ask Strauss about all of this, but no one answered the door at his listed address. He allegedly told police he knew he wasn't allowed to contact Clark, but that he felt so strongly about the path that he was put on by God that Isaac was willing to take the punishment. Strauss also allegedly told police that if victim's family is scared of him, they need to see a mental health professional for feeling scared. So, this is him. This is the picture. Let me move you over here. Oh, thanks, Canvas and Crime. I appreciate you being here, honey. And I was going to tell you, I'm glad you're here too, because I don't know what was going on with YouTube the other night, but those memberships that you bought, 5 people did get them. They weren't anybody that I saw really in the chatting with us, but so I don't know if they ever came back in to say thank you, but thank you so much for doing that. That was really sweet of you. Let's see. So this is a guy who's known for stalking. He's This was 2018 when this story came out. And we've also kind of wondered the stalking angle. You know, could he have been stalking Savannah? And could he have been stalking Nancy? I mean, you know, we just could he have had some weird, you know, obsession with them, and both things are true. Maybe somebody hired them. Let's see. And now next, this is from 2023. Now, some of you have seen that the video of the guy in the jewelry store. They were questioning. This is that guy that was in the jewelry store. That stole the watch from the jewelry store. Scottsdale, Arizona, police say a homeless man was arrested for stealing a watch worth hundreds of thousands of dollars from a high-end store in Old Town Scottsdale. Surveillance footage obtained by Fox 10 News shows the incident, which happened at the Estate Watch Jewelry Company near Scottsdale Road and Fifth Avenue. According to the court documents, 35-year-old Isaac Strauss went into the business on September 19th and asked to look at a watch valued at nearly $300,000. Strauss then pushed people as he ran out of the store with the watch, but he was followed outside by employees who got the watch back and detained him until officers arrived at the scene. Oh, here. Oh. I did it again. Turn into Brittany. Oops, I did it again. There we go.
.504 on your
Oh, awesome. You got one, Rhonda? Awesome.
Thursday morning caught on camera. High dollar theft in Old Town Scottsdale. Wait till you see this. Fox 10 obtaining surveillance footage from the Estate Watch Jewelry Company near Scottsdale Road, Fifth Avenue. Police say a homeless man by the name of Isaac Strauss, seen there in the upper right-hand side of your screen, went into the business.
Well, according to that guy that JLR was talking to, he's there now. He's talking about where his tent was and everything. You did not break the internet. No, the internet's just been broken. I don't know. Well, and YouTube has been real glitchy lately. Well, that was one of the things that they were. Yeah, he was homeless, and so that was one of the things that they were wondering. Because that bounty hunter was telling him like exactly where his tent was and all of that. And we've seen some of those weird people walking through her neighborhood.
Business on Monday, asking to look at a watch valued at nearly $300,000. Then takes off with it. Employees followed him out of the store. They got the watch back, and they detained him until police arrived. Strauss booked on a felony count.
Look at the pants. I didn't see. I guess I didn't look that closely. Look at those pants. Yeah, and he's well known as being a stalker and a harasser. Exactly.
Count of theft. Records show he served prison time last year for computer tampering and stalking.
I keep looking at see like his facial hair. What's his facial hair like? You know, let me see. Oh, and this is the most recent right here. Isaac Josiah Strauss was booked in Mojave County, Arizona on January 7th, 2026. Let's see, what did he do? A probation violation. We have this. This is from Maricopa. This is from the 2018. So these are his. So yeah, he was charged with it. Computer tampering used to threaten. Count of stalking for fear of safety. Counts of aggravated harassment. 6 counts. Computer use. That's interesting because would he be kind of techie and know how to who was I watching earlier today and they were talking about they were talking about the Wi-Fi jammers again. And I want to get back to that. I want to go to the guy's other video too, because I want to look at that when he's I didn't get to watch all of it, that when he was comparing the who's comparing the face. Is it this one? That closer look? Or is it, no, it's this one. I gotta get my life together. Just a second, sorry. See, I don't know. That's one thing I haven't seen. He had long sleeves on in that picture, but those oh wow, canvas, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I wonder too. And I mean, hey, at this point, that's something that everybody's got to do. Is got to look at everybody, right? So oh, I bet that was Easy, my friend Easy. She went to college out by here and lived out there for quite a long time. And when this case first started, she was really into it, and she was watching, and she'd be like, oh my gosh, I know that street, I know that park, I know this. And that's what she said. It was so weird. It was so weird hearing it. So but she hasn't been around. I think this stuff with JLR was a lot for her, and all this, the drama coming into this case. And so hopefully we'll see her on the next one. But yeah, I thought that would be, I know that documentary, Flint Town, when we were watching that, it was amazing to me to watch and see people comment on it, because we're watching them drive through different places and we're like, oh, I know that, I know this, I know that. And yeah, he's going to it in this video. I've just got to find it. Where did he do that at? Is it this one? And this is that video again of
at the end of some trailer park. You go down there, you visit, you see a 14 along I'm about to show you. Very sick, obsessed person do something like that. And when you see what I'm about to show you, it's going to give you chills. Well,
but yeah, he does compare it, and I believe it's this video, and so I'll try to find that. And this is
law enforcement act on this, I have no idea. How hard is it to go check on a man in a tent at the end of some trailer park?
Exactly. This is the link to the video. I can't for some reason copy and paste the link to his channel, but this will get you there. So If you want to check, he's got a lot of videos on this. They're pretty interesting. Oh no, Canvas. Thank goodness you took him in.
You go down there, you visit, you see a 14-year-old girl with him. Is it his daughter? No. Then you arrest him.
And that's it. It's an easy check. It's easy for them to check and see if it's his daughter or not.
Okay. So this is JLR. And I think he's running around handing out flyers and talking to people, right? He's doing something. What can I do? What can we do? How do I stay busy here? How do we keep this case, moving?
Mm-hmm. How do I find a reason to still be out here?
Know who he is?
He's a serial killer from South 6. Isn't that what the guy?
So they handed him a flyer and he's walking by. They're like, "Hi, sir. How you doing?" He's like, "Good. Oh, you guys looking for somebody?" He's like, "Well, I'm a bounty hunter." Well, he looks like he's a little down on his luck.
I was gonna say I do have an issue with this guy. How is he just a really bad bounty hunter? So I do wonder about that. Is this just one homeless guy talking smack about, trying to get everybody to go look at the guy that stole his spot or something? But it is odd that name pops up when we start seeing all this stuff on his record that's a little questionable as far as being a creeper that, you wouldn't want running through your neighborhood.
He seems to be homeless, in my opinion. He says he's a serial killer from South 6. Barrio Aztecas Trail. At the end of the bike path.
His name's Josiah Joshua Strauss.
Josiah Joshua Strauss. Serial killer, he said.
Well, and so that's what I'm wondering too. Has there been some campfire talks where he's said some stuff? Because that's one of the things we talked about last night. It is going to be somebody just blurting it out, having a couple glasses of wine or, too many and being like, "Hey, guess what I did?"
So I'm curious what you guys found on him. Thank you, Don. I appreciate that. Thank you for the coffee, buddy. The coffees, I should say. Or breakfast, even.
Josiah Joshua Strauss? Yeah, he stays down there on the end of the bicycle trail. He has a stutter. He stutters really bad. He looks just kind of like me, except he's got longer hair. He's got a little 14-year-old girl with him too in a tent. It's a green tent.
14-year-old girl with him in a tent. So he said Joshua Josiah.
Which, like I said, I have heard since that is his daughter, but still, can't have a teenage kid sleeping in a tent homeless.
Well, there is no Joshua Josiah anywhere. I don't think there's a Joshua Josiah that exists in this world. But who we do have is an Isaac Josiah Strauss.
And is that just him giving an alias because he doesn't want anybody to know who he is because he's got a really weird background? Oh, Truth Warrior fell out.
What's up, Sleuthberry? Is he a stalker? He is the biggest stalker. This is the biggest stalker I've ever come across.
You know who he reminds me of? Patrick Bates from American Psycho. Remember that? Remember? Did we watch that movie?
He's delusional. He's very scary. He seems very violent. I think this might be our guy. I know it's a little bit premature, but I just feel energized.
No, let me see. Because I know there is. I swore it was this one. So starting here.
File open.
And he does have the downturned eyes, like the guy in that. And notice the eyelashes. That was one of the things I saw, is these eyelashes. And that was something that a lot of people noticed in the mask, was the lashes and the downturned eyes.
I'm pretty sure I was working on this last night.
It'll come up in just a minute. He's going to compare both of them. Like right here. And so you see he's got like this top line lined up. Oh, he's really handsome. Like first thing I saw when I saw him, what I thought when I saw him was like Ted. I mean, oddly enough, we went over. That was one of the things that I thought was so funny that Ted Bundy thing popped up today too. Because I'm like, that was someone else that they talked about how handsome he was. And that's what caught people off guard. That's what made people feel comfortable with him. Is that he was so handsome. You say no, Tamla? I'm just wondering about like the bottom part of the eye. But I thought this was kind of interesting, how he does it to kind of compare side to side. The only thing, and you'll see, is there is a spot where he kind of like manipulates it a little bit. So tell me what you think about that. I'm of the theory where I don't count anybody out at this point, right? No, and that's what I wonder. But in that jewelry in that jewelry store video, oh, that's where we did see. I will pull that up next, and we'll go find that again because we do get to see him walking in there. Oh, well, good luck, Canvas and Crime. Sending you good juju. Here. That is.
What's up, aristocrat? Soft on crime not working out very well. I mean, what do cops even do? What?
No problem, Austin. Oh, you're welcome, Canvas.
What do they do? They collect evidence and then they bring it to the laboratory. If they don't find any luck there, that's it. They wait for the individual to do another crime. That doesn't make me feel very safe.
Oh, no worries. If you want to hop back up, go ahead and click that link and it'll be the same.
I wouldn't feel very safe right now knowing that this man is running around with a 14-year-old girl homeless.
Well, and this guy is just scary to be out on the streets wandering around anyway. People need to know. People in that area need to know he's living in their, back on the end of some street. I mean, that
doesn't make me, I wouldn't feel comfortable living in Tucson knowing that.
I'll do this. So he's just trying to use some tools to try and see if the eyes fit or if they match. Well, that's just it. Yeah, why not?
So what I did was I basically outlined the shape of his eye.
Because no matter what, he still sounds like a pretty dangerous individual, right?
Looks too big. Hold on. There we go. Just to kind of see if they lined up. Because he has a very specific shape to his eye, especially right here in the far outside corner. It's kind of like a different type of shape.
Yeah, it kind of dents in a little bit.
Now, the only thing that troubles me trying to do that here with this image is it looks like he's looking up. So he's looking down or straight at you in this on the left image, but on the right image, he's kind of got his nose up in the air. So we might have to do each one individual.
Oh, no worries at all, Megan Els. I had a crazy day running around doing Easter stuff and everything, and I still forgot stuff at the store. I have to go back tomorrow, and it's going to be nuts tomorrow. Just, ugh. But I have to get it. I have to get garlic bread for the boys, so.
Is he tagging her in these posts, or he assumes she will receive them by osmosis? Yeah, he believes that she's reading them. And that by law, he can't tag her. He can't do any of that. He just knows that she's watching in his mind. Like, he's completely nuts.
Well, and that was one of the things they were talking about with that one reporter. Was talking about when she was being stalked, is that she never even spoke to this guy. But he swore that they had some secret language between them.
Yeah, exactly. And that's probably what has him so angry.
I would, but Brian Enton refuses to be my best friend, and I'm mad about that. I don't know anybody cool like that.
Okay, so I think we should do these individually only because I don't think it would line up anyway. All right, once the head kind of turns up, the direction of the eyes are going to change. So let's do this. We'll do one at a time.
I wish there was like a clearer line, like this picture was clearer, so you had those definite lines like you do in this. Because it looks a little bit smaller to me. Like it looks like there's still part of the iris sticking down here. Like maybe this guy's eyes are. I see flat across here and I see rounded eyes here, but it's hard to tell because it's so blurry. But they do have that shape and that tick that goes in right there. Yeah, the squint, and that's what I'm wondering, is that what I'm, like he said, in one
It's
he's
definitely hard to tell.
forward, and the other one he's looking down.
Pretty close though.
And like that's the thing I'm wondering, is he just basically like the stoolie, the stool pigeon that they're like sending in the idiot. They gave him, a couple $1,000, send him in to do the job, to carry the backpack, to like the gopher. I mean, that could be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a really good looking guy. I wonder if he could kind of use that to his advantage on some Ted Bundy shit. The witness referred to him as a serial killer.
Oh, that's not on. Oh, wait, that one. There. This writing right here though isn't on my video. It's on his.
His name's Josiah Joshua Strauss. Josiah Joshua Strauss? Yeah, he stays down there on the end of the bicycle. He has a stutter. He stutters like really bad. He looks just kind of like me, except he's got longer hair. He's got a little 14-year-old girl.
Well, everyone has colored eyes. It's just what color they are. We don't know what color they are, right? That's what I thought was so funny is, he said Ted Bundy, and I'm thinking to hear that Ted Bundy thing came up. This guy's like, he's a serial killer, But I'm seeing what. Let me go back to it. It's close, but this to me looks like he's got like deeper eyes than this. But I'm just teasing. Don't take it so seriously. We're not going to solve this in one night. We're just looking at stuff that people are putting out, theories. No tattoos? Okay. So then, and we know we saw a tattoo down that arm, right? I swear I saw a tattoo down that arm. That's what that's what we were wondering, is if he had. I hadn't seen any pictures of him, of his what do you call it, his bare arms. But yeah, we don't know. That's just one of the things that we don't know. We don't know if this guy's got brown eyes or blue eyes, because it's night vision. But it still is scary that this person, that somebody like that, is wandering around. That I don't know. That I don't know. Yeah, that's true. Anything. I mean, he could have gotten something in between. I just feel like whoever was at that front door, though, because my biggest thing is however they were carrying the pistol. Like, that just seems so amateurish. So whoever was at that front door, I don't think was some calculated, smooth criminal. But oh, jailhouse tattoos. That's true. I wish. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna shoot your junk off, like. But and if you hear any big noises, sorry, my dog is right above me upstairs. She's decided to chew on this giant leg bone that she got, so. Yeah, that's what it sounded like in there, that it was the computer crimes of going on and threatening. Give him a third eye on his forehead. Yeah, I don't know. I'm real wary. Like I said, I will take any theory at this point, because we've got nothing.
It's definitely hard to tell.
I forgot where I was going with that. But I do get wary of videos like this when people are comparing stuff like this, just because there was another case that I really followed closely, and they had almost, in the public's eye, convicted a couple of people of a comparison photo that you want to make sure it's not matrixing, it's not things like that we're not seeing things that we want to see, etc. But this one on the right, for my vision, is just, it's so blurry, I can't really tell, and it's that bottom part of the eye that bugs me. Oh, definitely. Well, that's what I was wondering. Could he just be like, like hired help? Like, here's a gun, here's a backpack, hold all our crap while we go in and do the hard work, and you stand out by the front door as the guard guy, and you carry her out. Because they have said they believe that it's more than one person, right? Well, that's what I'm wondering. Like, when he said that he's a serial killer, like, did he say that because he really meant it? Or yeah, because that's a scary person to be walking around. Oh, that's on his video. That's not on my video. Dinah's not on my video. There. We'll do that. Some people are thinking I've read this in other chats that this line right here, and there's kind of this overlap right here, that this could possibly be another mask underneath, not an eyebrow. So that's been one of the things that people are questioning. Is that someone's manicured eyebrow? Is that like one of those like neoprene masks underneath this? It's okay. It's confusing. No, it's very confusing. I totally understand. So let me, someone else, do you want to see his gait? So let me go back to that. And boop, boop, doo. This is this one.
Thinking that I was being framed. I was thinking I was.
Was it this one?
Right? Remember the creepy guy peeking over the window in the ski mask? How do we know he's not just sitting in the treehouse looking into the windows, watching Nancy walk around? She's washing her dishes from dinner.
Well, that's what I wondered, if maybe. I thought it was this one. Maybe not.
As a.
Oh, no, I know what it was. It was this.
Keep you informed all day long. To find out why they call us the best, watch the best.
Fox 10 News.
5:04 on your Thursday morning, caught on camera. High dollar theft in Old Town Scottsdale. Wait till you see this. Fox 10 obtaining surveillance footage from the Estate Watch Jewelry Company near Scottsdale Road, 5th Avenue.
Like maybe kind of a stiff. Like a stiff. See, that's what made me kind of think possibly like one of the workers that worked around there, one of those houses. Like, you know, like a drywaller or something like that. Like, guys that work those jobs have notorious bad backs, stiff muscles, you know. Oh yeah, just let me know. Just one thing to remember though is my chat shows on the screen, so I can't edit out your email address. Do this. Because I don't want you doxing yourself or anything. You never know who's watching. Send it to that email and I will. Captured Andy, what's up? I've seen you in forever. You're very welcome. Yeah, send it there, Canvas, and then I will send it to and I'll send it to Truth Warrior. See, that's chat's like 50-50. I'm great. How are you? Good to see you. This is his jewelry store appearance. He's still a freaky guy, though, I gotta say.
High dollar theft in Old Town Scottsdale. Wait till you see this. Fox 10 obtaining surveillance footage from the Estate Watch Jewelry Company near Scottsdale Road, 5th Avenue.
Oh, I know, Megan. Now, I know. I had to take a break from some of it because it was a lot. It's a lot to digest. Your best thing to catch up on that is, like, as far as the legal stuff, is Plunder, because she has FOIA'd like everything. She knows what color underpants that man has on every day. I mean, it's like, whoo.
Police say a homeless man by the name of Isaac Strauss, seen there in the upper right-hand side of your screen, went into the business on Monday asking to look at a watch valued at nearly $300,000. Then takes off with it. Employees followed him out of the store. They got the watch back, and they detained him until police arrived. Strauss booked on a felony count of theft. Records show he served prison time last year.
What did someone say earlier? Like, he's somebody who works out a lot.
For computer tampering and stalking.
Before your first step,
we get you prepared
and keep you informed.
Oh, that was the volume. That's why that wasn't working.
To find
Oh
out
my
what the call
gosh.
is the best,
How old am I?
Fox 10 News.
5:04 on your Thursday morning, caught on camera.
He's got
High dollar theft in
glasses.
Old Town Scottsdale. Wait till you see this. Fox 10 obtaining surveillance footage from the Estate Watch Jewelry Company near Scottsdale Road, 5th Avenue. Police say a homeless man by the name of Isaac Strauss, seen there in the upper right-hand side of your screen, went into the business on Monday asking to look at a watch valued at nearly $300,000. Then takes off with it. Employees followed him out of the store. They got the watch back, and they detained him until police arrived. Strauss booked on a felony count of theft. Records show he served prison time last year for computer tampering and stalking.
There, his eyes look a little bit rounder. But, yeah, so we're like 50-50 in here, I think, as far as... And I am Switzerland. I am Miss Neutral. Like, I don't know what to believe about anything. It was a couple weeks ago, somebody came in and said they thought it was aliens, and I'm like, that could did you watch those Senate hearings? That could be entirely possible. I mean, that's just I don't know. He's definitely somebody that is dangerous to that community, and definitely somebody that people need to know about, that if they see him, he's not this amazing, gorgeous man that, I mean, oi. But yeah, no, the JLR stuff, I don't know. There's been more calls that have come out. I listened to Plunder a little bit. I haven't had a lot of time this week with Easter coming up and everything. I don't know. Have you ever watched that South Park episode? According to Chef, when they come and get you, they put a big metal, it's called a hoopajou, up your bum. That's what Chef says. So I don't know. I don't want to be probed. I mean, come pick me up, take me for a little flight, show me the secrets of the universe, then drop me off in my bed, unprobed, maybe with some souvenirs, something, But other than that, no, thank you. Yeah. Oh my gosh, let me see if I can find it. It's so funny. Let me see. Oh, wrong one. Trying to find the one where Chef talks to him about it. Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Visitors took Kyle's baby brother.
What? What the hell do you think you're doing in school, eating Salisbury steak? Go find him, damn it!
Mr. Garrison won't let us out of school.
Poor Kenny. That's who JLR reminds me of, Kenny. Whenever he gets upset, he shoot with his hoodie over his face. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I did see, if you're talking about Nerdy, I think he was actually like looking.
He thinks we're making it up. You are making it up.
Oh. That, Truth Warrior, would be a big metal hoopajou.
Whoa! Wait, that was cool.
It's some kind of symbiotic metamorphosis device. This could mean the visitors want to communicate with us.
Oh, I see. Now you're gonna join in on the little joke, huh?
It's no joke, children. This is big.
Oh, you want us to put...
So, yeah, I had to I had to laugh about that. He's Kenny with the hoodie. Oh, Mark. Okay. You can mention their names in here. I won't get all like, ee. I haven't seen any. No, I think that was it. He's got to go to court on the 28th. JLR does, not Nerdy. And yeah, as far as I know, JLR was handing out flyers, and what I saw from Nerdy Day, like I said, I have not had a lot of time to like go through stuff and look at my X or anything, but it looked like he said something about he was taking video. They were out doing some searches, like under some bridges and stuff like that. Yeah, he's still there as far as I know. And he was going to be posting the videos later on. So, and yeah, I'm not, you guys can mention, like, you know, I'm not worried about names being in the chat or anything like that. I mean, like I said, after this whole thing, I'm definitely not cheerleading for anybody unless I know their mom, their grandma, their cousin, their brother, whatever. But that was my bad on that whole thing. But it is scary, and I don't know. I just think that whole thing was weird. Why didn't he go confront him when they were out down the road from his house? Exactly, Cricket. Exactly. That's what it is. It's about content. It's about having a reason to still be out there. Flyers should have been number one given out right at the beginning, when, you know, there was still, and I'm not saying this to be mean, but when there was still a hope of actually finding her, you know. And exactly, Kara, exactly. So he goes to an airport, and just so funny, it just happens to be the day after Molly happens to say, oh, he won't fight women, or he'll only fight women. He doesn't get in confrontations with men. He got called out and he had to prove something. It was a peeing contest. Well, that's it. If you're going to do it, then just do it. Do it for the good. Don't make it about being live and all that. It is hilarious. It is. And it's like, I don't know. I just don't understand. And I'm not telling anybody to go unsubscribe. I never do that. I'm not telling anybody. Watch who you want to watch. It's up to you. Just be smart about who you give your money to. That's for your own good. That's not for me. I don't, it doesn't do anything to me. But well, and that's it too. You got a one-way ticket there. He went there to confront him, and he did it inside the airport. Why not do it outside? I mean, why do it inside the airport where there's a bunch of security, police officers, all that? Why would you do that? Like, it was just a stunt. It was just a stunt. And I don't know. This, is just weird because Molly was talking about it. I watched the replay of her live. I missed it. And she was talking about, he's not being the cool, collective person that, he normally is. This isn't good. Something really bad is going to come out of all this. Out of all of it. I can feel it. I know a lot of you can feel it. This is not good. And that's it. I mean, does it actually help, Exactly, Megan Els. Exactly. And I mean, really and truly, you do that to people, so why can't people do that back to you? If it's okay if you do it. I mean, we saw that video of him screaming at Karen Reed. You don't need to scream at somebody like that. You don't need to terrorize somebody like that. I don't care if you think she's guilty or innocent. It doesn't matter. You don't need to do that. Exactly. I did read something really interesting, though, on, I think it was Plunder. And it was talking about how long this can take for something like this to go through. He's not out of the woods. That protection order is separate from him getting charged. And they said that they have 3 years to be able to charge him with anything. And that none of it might not be public until either he's charged or he's gone to court. So we can try our bestesses, to look up all this stuff and not find anything. But it doesn't mean that he's going to get away with anything. And in one of the calls, Magnolia had said that the prosecutor told her Washington is very strict on their DB laws and that they will use someone's history. And that's not going to be good. Yeah, see, that's what I feel like. I feel like he's I feel like he's cracking. That's exactly what I feel like. And that's scary. That's very volatile for someone like him. And think about it. This comes out, which I don't think he ever thought it would, or if it did, he thought that he'd be so enthralled in this, so into this Nancy Guthrie thing that nobody would notice, or he'd hide out, or whatever. Then you not only have that, now you have all of these people from your past when you went and did all these, followed all these crime stories, went and did all this boots on the ground, which really, from what we find out, is he really was just kind of a puppet master, telling people what to do, getting people to do this stuff, that stuff. Yeah, they had their own choices. They did what they wanted to do, but he was never the one getting his hands dirty, right? No. And exactly, Cricket. And that is it's like teeth grinding, because it's and I'm not trying to be mean, but it's not that hard to read and figure that stuff out. And hey, Monica, We have done all the things tonight. We went through that Leticia Stauch getting her new trial, which is disgusting. Oddly enough, after our serial killer talk the other night, a video popped up about a case out of Utah for a young girl that was finally solved, that they through DNA evidence, from 1974, I think they said, something like that. It was finally solved like a couple weeks ago. So that's like, okay, I don't know what my computer is doing right now. I'm not touching any buttons. Okay. I don't know what that was all about. Maybe it's this evil guy's face. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe he's putting the hoopajoo on me. I gotta watch out. Excuse me. And then we went over this guy that people are looking into. They're looking at the public, not law enforcement as far as we know yet. But Isaac, what was it? Isaac Josiah. Where's his name? Isaac Josiah Strauss, which this guy, I guess, came up to JLR when they were handing out flyers, in the town that already knows that Nancy's missing. Just saying. And this guy who claimed to be a bounty hunter walked up to him and said that he knew this guy, that he believed that this was the guy, that this guy's a serial killer. He's been known for stalking, yada, yada. And so it is the probes. It's the probes. But yeah, so he's now, people are looking into him. We looked at an eye comparison, and half the chat thinks, yeah, this guy could be him, half doesn't. So it's a 50-50. Nothing's happened with JLR. This was from a couple days ago when they were handing out flyers. This guy walked up to him and said it. But as far as I know today, just handing out flyers. That's really it. Somebody said they were going to go give food to homeless people tomorrow and take beds. So, okay. I mean, oh, wow, Megan Owls. See, I have not followed that. There was something else that was going on right when that started happening. I need to catch up on that because I want to catch up on that case. He is. That's all he is. Exactly. In the air conditioning. Driving around with his bodyguard. And I don't know. The other day, I clicked in on one of the other guys' lives, and he's just sitting there talking about KFC, vaping, smoking. You could do that at home on a live and be looking into stuff, looking into leads, getting people talking about it. I mean, I have noticed that it seems like there's a couple that have distanced themselves, and I give them props for that. Yeah, feeding the homeless. And the thing is, too, is that they better be careful feeding the homeless, because we had people here that got in a lot of trouble for that because there are food laws. So you literally, you're not supposed to give someone food on the side of the road. Like, this group in Flint was handing out care packages, and they had made like sandwiches, just bologna and cheese sandwiches, put them in Ziploc bags, gave them chips, everything like that. And the police ended up ticketing them because it has something to do with like food laws and like safety and stuff like that. And well, see, that's the thing too. The local guys can be there. That's what I was talking about that last night. I don't know if you were on at that time or not, but he had said right before he left the first time that he was going to have to leave eventually because nothing was happening, and that you can't just, what are you going to do? Just sit there? And And he said, I can do all this from home. And if something pops off, then I can be on a plane and be right back here. One of the guys will tell me, 857, Alex, whoever can tell me, that something's going on and I can come back. And so I don't understand why I go out there again, unless it's just he isn't capable of feeling happy by doing good deeds, especially for the homeless. My opinion. I don't think he's normal like that. He's a future episode of Dateline. Well, that's it. Yeah. I like I said, I feel like there's this like there's just this pressure that's coming, that I feel like something is coming. And well, and see, that's it too. Like, I still don't. He's sitting there one day, supposedly pretend calling the cops, which you find out that he never called the cops like he said he was going to. I'm in reasonable fear. I'm reasonably fearing for my safety. Let's say the legal definition of defense, right? I mean, come on. Well, and see, that's what I wonder too, is those guys out there, he doesn't want them getting, because if they're out there doing live feeds, there are people that don't mind watching a cactus all day. And I mean, I'll admit, when it was first happening, like I'd put on some of those pictures. I wouldn't even listen all the time. I just have the scenery on while I was doing my work at my desk, But there's a million channels like that. Exactly. But I feel like he was like setting it up so that everybody heard that. Everything he does is for a reason. He's not just like, I don't believe he has any kind of, normally I don't believe he has impulse control. He seems to be very, very collected and very specific with what he does and why he does it. And it's funny because I start to look back. I read something today about when the issues with the Cajun Navy began. And I was absolutely right. I said, I wonder if that was what happened in the Sebastian Rogers case. And guess what? That's why he got out of there. I can guarantee you. Cajun Navy was getting death threats. I mean, yeah, he did. And now, I saw today, they're talking about that he was harassing them. It just, yeah, total pressure cooker. I agree. Everything he has built is falling apart, and he's definitely losing sleep and running out of BS excuses. Amen, girl. Exactly. And I hope that other people aren't collateral damage too. I mean, look at the people he's left in his wake. And says, oh, it was a joke. It was a joke. Some of the people that he sued, he impersonated, that's hurtful and that's harmful. He didn't care. Oh, yeah. I mean, one of his videos got like over 1 million views. I mean, wow. And that's honestly, like, that's when I see like other streamers, right? I'm not a streamer. I don't know what I am. What am I? I'm just me. But like when I see that, I think, oh my God, that's so awesome. And like when he was getting all that, I was really rooting for him because I thought, God, he's out here doing something good. He's out here doing, doing the work. But then as days went by, like, we started just kind of doing like quick reviews of him at night because it was just a bunch of sitting there watching cactuses tip over or, watching the memorial flowers and, watching some lady sing karaoke in front of the, which I'm sorry I found odd. Okay. But I guess everyone, shows their respect in their own way, and this is the thing, and it's not anything that anybody wants to think of, but she's gone. She's gone. There's no way there's a very, very tiny, slim chance that she's still around. And it's not anything that you need to put all your eggs in that basket for. And, well, and that's just it. And I don't think that he thought that it would go this far. I think, like most of us, we thought that this would be done in, what? A week, maybe 2 weeks at the most. I think a lot of us figured we'd find out what was going on like that week. Now, I do have to say, they did catch some of these little mistakes by the sheriff's department, things like that, that we as the public maybe wouldn't have known. And because of that, other people started looking into like Nanos' background. And I still think it's absolute bull that I can't put sheriff or Nanos in a title. Like I said, who do you gotta pay or schmooze to have that, to where nobody can put you in? I didn't tag him. Nobody can put your name in a title of a social media video. And that's it, because I feel bad. I feel bad because a lot of those people aren't people with tons of money. They are people that sometimes are literally giving their last $5 because they believe that what he's doing is good and is caring and is empathetic. And it's not. And I said it last night too. You can't, at this point, pretty much, if you're somebody that's really involved in the YouTube scene and watching YouTube, you know that you know who he is. You have every tool, every link, everything to find out exactly who he is in just a couple of videos. There's one which I need to find it again, and I need to post the link on my community wall. It was done by, and I don't know how I missed this. It was doing it she did it like 3 years ago, I think it was. And he really went after this gal for this video. But everything in it is true. And it's literally, most of it is in his own voice, him admitting these things. This is not slander. It is not defamation. He's proud of the chaos and the pain that he's caused in his life. And that's literally all he's ever done. And then I start looking into all these things, and I start seeing all these cases that he was a part of. And now I am rethinking everything that I thought about certain cases. Was that him interjecting fake news? Because he brags about that. Was that him sending fake things to parents, to YouTubers, to things like that, to put it out there after he got in trouble with the Cajun Navy? Interjecting stuff just to create chaos? He is proud of it. It's sick. It is sick. You're not an advocate when you create victims and the camera turns off. It's not. Exactly. It's just, and like I said the other night, that lady, you were there, Truth, when she scolded me. I'm so disappointed in you for doing this to him. I haven't done anything to him. Nobody, none of us have done anything to him. We have the right to be mad that we got swindled, that we got lied to about who he was. We have the right. And that's just it. I mean, I really truly believe that most of the people on here do have they do have a soul, and they do have some care for these people. I mean, and I don't throw shade at anybody making money on this platform. Literally, YouTube gives you tools like super chats, super stickers, memberships, things like that. So to get you to help you make money. And it is hard work. It is hard work to, whether you do lives or you do edited videos, it's time. It's sitting there. It's taking time away from your family, your job, your whatever. And so, yeah, I have no issue. And if somebody's good and they're out there doing good, I have no issue with them. They should make money. They should be rewarded for their hard work. But you got to be honest and you got to have integrity. And you can't be creating stories just to have something to cover. You can't be creating drama to make a story last longer so that you can surf on it a little bit longer. You know, you got to have, there's going to be days where there is nothing. And that's got to be okay. But I think sometimes what happens, and I'm nowhere near there, okay? So if I start to get like that, you guys, I'm putting you in charge of getting the big old, you know, the cane that they pull people off stage with, like smack me around. Tell me that I'm being a diva. But I think too, once sometimes people see some of the money that some of these guys get for going out to these scenes, once they start seeing that money and that sub count and that view count, it becomes almost like a drug almost. Or excuse me, a rug, according to YouTube. And so you get an adrenaline rush off that. You get a rush off of seeing your numbers climb and off of seeing your, you know, and I know I get excited when I get new subs. Oh, by the way, everybody, I'm trying to grow my channel. So if you are new here and you like coming in and chatting about all the stuff, and so we talk fact, we talk tea sometimes, we talk smack, we do yeah, the cane probe. But please hit the subscribe button and scratch that thumbs up button for me, because that helps me getting out in the algorithm and helps new people see me. So even if you don't like me, hit the thumbs up, because that will push me off into somebody else's yard and then you won't have to watch me anymore. I'm kidding. But yeah, and that's it. It's just chasing, and it will never be enough. It will never be enough, because I think you would start thinking, you know, oh gosh, if I did this and this happened, then what if I do this? What if I do that? You know, and I think it's even worse when people count on that as their only income, because you got to pay your bills. You got to do this. So you've got to. I remember a creator on Facebook talking about that, and she had quit for a while because she said she was, that was her main income. But what it got to be was she started hating to do it, because she felt like to make a success at it, she had to be on all the time, every night, every day. And that's, you know, how it is. Now, is that the lady that's going out there? Because that is something. Ooh, I just remembered that. Let me find that. Percent. Second, I have to send myself something. I think that's the right one. No worries. I don't make anybody push a time clock, so just get her when you get her. Let's see. Wait, let me get all these down. I gotta close up my. Okay. Is this? Okay. So, is this who you're talking about? Oh, wow, Truth Warrior. But that's just it. You weren't doing it to make money. You were doing it to help find somebody. And somewhere along the lines of some people, it flipped around, that it was about making money and maybe they get lucky and find somebody. This one, let me tell you, let me find. Second. Because this was a little startling to me. So yeah, so who does that look like? Right, exactly. Who does that look like? Who was saying the other night? He's got a type. But this girl is going down there, so she booked a plane ride to go down there. She's the one that said that she told JLR or the crew or somebody about oh, I didn't know about her. This is who's this now? Is this that Misty? Yeah, my chat is messing up today. I missed a lot of stuff. So I'm sorry, you guys, if you said something and I missed it. I've been glitchy tonight. Oh, see, I didn't know about that. I didn't know about her. Oh. When Annie called Savannah, she didn't say, have you talked to Mom? Mom is missing. Oh, she's still on the Annie bandwagon. Yeah, I hadn't heard about her. Is that Misty or is that somebody different? He for sure has a type. But I thought, what was the point of doing that? What was the point? Just to start something to get... I think she thought that... Nerdy would get in trouble, but that's not what happened. Or that... I don't know. I don't understand why. See, that's what someone else said, is that they thought that a lot of those big chats might be him, because he has a lot of fake profiles. He could be in here right now and be like literally one of our best friends, and we'd never even know it. Yeah, and that's what we're wondering. Yeah, t-shirt over the head. Oh my gosh, I was so glad. Speaking of that, there was somebody, another channel was reviewing that live, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and I watched it, and thank God She stopped right before I did my impersonation with my sweatshirt over my head. So from what I've heard, Nadia, this is allegedly he has a lot of them. And that's it, because he knows, and it's a lot of it's women sending him money. And no, he no touch the kitty. The only cat he'll pet is OJ. Oh my God. Auntie Bunny, Twin B. Hello. Oh man. But yeah, so there really, like I said, hasn't been there's nothing groundbreaking or anything. And yeah, exactly. Well, that's it. And some people just want what they want to say they just want people to see them, they want that attention. Did I see? I've missed a couple of hers. I keep her and my schedule are like nutso. I don't remember if I was there or not. Was I? Truth, was I there? You're supposed to keep track of me. Exactly, Truth. I've seen a bunch of people saying they're getting blocked from him. I was like, well, so apparently he has mods now. So watch out if you don't want to get blocked. Just do the smallest amount of that you can do. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys crack me up. And that's it. And I know this is serious stuff. It really is. But you gotta laugh so you don't cry, right? I mean, this is just. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yep. Because I'm Michigan too. We're mitten twins. I remember that. I wish our weather would get it together. I was hoping we were gonna have some. Keep getting teased. Warm, cold, warm, cold, warm, cold. I am ready for spring. I didn't even look. I'm gonna look actually and see what is. Let's see what is. Oh, we're supposed to have. Oh, it's gonna be 62 today, but raining. Oh, that's right. Yep, Warren. Okay, I remember that. I do remember now. Yes. Sunday, it's going to be 41 and cloudy. That's a bunch of bull. But it looks like the next weekend is supposed to kind of warm up. So, exactly. Oh, and I've been watching my little guy because I was sitting there the other day doing dishes and I hear achoo, achoo. I'm like, oh, you all right? Oh, that's cool. I've got family in Pennsylvania. In fact, I'm going to try sometime this summer to go visit Marissa and then see my, try and work it to when my family's in town so that I can see them too. Sweet. One of my best friends grew up around that area, and actually his sister went to school with Kid Rock, and he'd show us pictures of like from elementary school all the way through high school, and like he'd show us pictures of her taking her kids to his kids like birthday parties and stuff. And they'd go to the old neighborhood and they'd like rent out like the whole bowling alley so they could have it private. Oh, definitely. I definitely want to come down to South Carolina sometime. I've just heard it's beautiful. One of the places, another place I want to go, I want to visit Savannah. My dad always wanted to go to Savannah, but he never was able to go. And so I want to go visit Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. And that way I can go down there and I can kidnap Jen Between and take her back here with me. Oh, that's cool. Awesome. Awesome. I'm trying to think of where my cousin lives in South Carolina. The one, her parents live in Pennsylvania and she lives in South Carolina. And I'm trying to remember because when they were having their girls trip last year, they all went to Charleston. And and it's not far. It was like maybe 45 minutes from where my cousin lived. And so I was going to go there and then take like one of the days they were there and go see her, but ended up not working out. So yeah, I've heard it was gorgeous. Everything I've ever seen, it's like one of those bucket list things for me. I don't know if you remember, there used to be a show on TLC, and it was about this lady that was trying to lose weight, and her name was Ruby. And she lived in Savannah, and she would go for walks and stuff like that. And like, I remember I watched that show and I laughed at her. She was so hilarious, her jokes and stuff and the way that she would get about things. But I also remember like how beautiful everything looked and just the gardens. I mean, now I've heard it gets really humid in the summer, but oh, starfish. I love starfish, which would not be good for my natural curl, but it gets real humid here in the summer too. I mean, so it's not real, I just look like a fuzzball all summer. It's not a big deal. So if you know me, just know I'm probably going to have a hat on and I'm going to have my water bottle with me and my bio silk and oh, anemones. Oh, I bet. When I was younger, we would go on, because we're the Great Lakes state. My dad would take me to the beach. After a storm, we could walk the beach and find little shells and stuff on there. And somewhere I've got a little jar still of some of the little things that we found out there. Another find that we try to find out here are Petoskey stones. They are beautiful when they get all polished up. Look kind of like a turtle shell almost. And funny enough, driver found a rock the other day in the truck yard, and it is absolutely perfectly round. And he looked it up online, and it said it could be one of a couple of things, and one of it was a musket ball. But they said musket balls made out of rock are very rare. But they talked about like possibly like a little geode, and I thought, oh, how cool! So I told him, I said, this summer you're gonna have to crack it open and see if we can, And I told him this summer because I don't want him doing this in my kitchen with my good knives or anything like that, or my good chisels. So oh no, Megan Else. Oops. Oh no. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry to laugh. Oh. No. God understands that kind of stuff. Oh, that's yeah, we're all gonna be there. Well, we'll all try to stay in the same apartment complex in hell together, so at least we can have potlucks and our true crime conversations at night can be like there's this show on Netflix. It was called The Midnight Murder Club, and it was about this house full of kids that they were all like handicapped, and it was like a group home for kids. Well, and at night, late at night, after hours, they would sneak out into this big library. They'd sit around and tell all these like scary stories. That'll be us, but we'll be telling serial killer stories and true crime stories. Exactly. Oh well, you must. Yeah, we probably would. Satan would be like, you know what? You all, there is a code of conduct in here, and you all are not behaving. And where would we go then? We just float around. Maybe that's how people end up having to come back and haunt people. I don't know. They get kicked out. No, neither. They don't want you up or down, so you have to come back and just like Jacob Marley. What is that one comedian that you go now? That one guy was trying to do the all-you-can-eat buffet. You go now. Big man, you go now. Oh. Oh my God, you just like took me out, Megan. Oh my God. Exactly. Oh. I mean, that's the thing. Like that lady that was scolding me thought there's nothing that I can do to him that he hasn't done to himself. So nope. No, I didn't. I did think about, though, oddly enough, I thought I need to remember I have to get frozen peas tomorrow at the grocery store. That's my life. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna have a near-death experience, and all that's my life's not gonna flash before my eyes. I'm not gonna learn a lesson. I'm gonna be going through the grocery list that I need for the next day, hoping that if I die, that the boys find it so they can get all the right stuff. Exactly. That's hell right there for you. It's a frozen peas. Oh my God. Oh. Oh, you guys, I needed this laugh today. Everybody was home, and we had to go to the grocery store today. And I got home, and I literally was ready to be the next big story on Ick and Mel. The live woman at the top of the water tower. That's what I was gonna be. Yeah, no. This is funny. I'm making pea and peanut salad tomorrow or not tomorrow. Well, I am making it tomorrow because it's got to sit in this fridge and get all soaked up and everything. But this was the only way my mom could get me to eat peas when I was growing up. So, right? We have a water tower with a smiley face on it, so you can sit there and have this big doofus smiling at you while you're contemplating life. I mean, oh my gosh. Exactly. Soggy peas. A big peach butt? What? That's hilarious. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh. We don't have anything cool like that out here. Oh my God, I'm going to have to. Let's see. Let's find it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad you showed us this. Wait, where am I? Okay. Okay, you guys ready? Okay, everybody brace yourself, okay? What's that look like to you? What's that look like to you? Oh. Oh, good, Canvas and Crime. I'm so glad. Yay. Yay. Good news. That is awesome. Oh. We'll ride the trash can. That's what we'll do. We'll all ride in the trash can. Do you see Truth Warriors water tower, Canvas and Crime? Oh, this is so funny. So there's other pictures. There's, ooh, what is that? What is that, Truth? Oh, little sunburnt, little razor burn. Oh my God, that's so funny. Oh, I'm probably gonna get in trouble on YouTube by this with these jokes, but what is that? Explain it, Truth. What is that? What is that thing? Right there. We need answers, Truth. And don't tell me you conveniently fell off the internet when it's time to answer up for your. Oh, that's bad. Let's see. Are there any other? Let's take a tour on a cloudy day. Oh, that is so funny. Oh, that's after a tan, a spray tan. Oh my God, that is hilarious. I am so glad that you had me look that up because I needed to see that today. Oh man. Whew. Oh no. Okay, so we want to know. Let me find that one that's got the. What is that? What is that thing right there? Truth. We need answers. I love that. That is hilarious. That puts our smiley face to shame. What's funny is I think so. Yeah. Oh, that is so funny. Oh my gosh. That is so funny. We actually went a couple years ago, went camping up north, and we went into, I can't remember the name. West Branch is what it was called, West Branch, and that's where a lot of people that live up there. That's where that's right. I'm supposed to send that to Truth Warrior. I forgot about that. But everybody that lives up there, that's where all the stores are, the Walmart, the Target, the Meijer, all that stuff. And we'd gone into town to go get some supplies. And I remember pulling up and we saw this big water tower that looked exactly like ours with the big smiley face on it and everything. And I was like, like I felt like so. There it is. Okay. So I'm going to screenshot this because I can't forward it for whatever reason when I'm trying to forward stuff with this email. It is not working. So I'm going to screenshot that and I'm going to send that to Truth right now before I forget. So thank you. thank you, thank you. Okay, Truthy, where are you at? Oh, see, Auntie Bunny, my nose is already getting stuffed up. Okay, there. And I don't know what was going on. Doug sent me an email, but he said, okay, here's a. Now it's finally, now his email is showing up. Oh, okay. It just showed up today. So I don't know what's wrong with that email. I'm thinking maybe I need to switch it to like a different, like maybe Yahoo or something like that, because it is not refreshing for me. Awesome. Oh, anytime, Canvas and Crime. Said I can never, yeah, exactly, Auntie Bunny, exactly. I can never guarantee when or if I'm going to be on, because, you know, I got kids, I got, you know, driver's gone like 14, 16 hours a day, so it's just me here. So, but, yeah, I like hanging out with you guys, and I'll be on as much as I possibly can. And I'm so glad you came in and that you told us what was going on. And I'm glad things turned out well. That's such a relief. I worry about that stuff so much with driver because, you know, truck drivers, they're on the road, they're eating junk. He eats like garbage. And so at least I've got him home now for like 4 days so I can feed him like regular food. It won't be like, you know, the roller grill items. It won't be gas station hot dogs and pizza and stuff like that. So, yeah, all that heart stuff just scares me. Oh, true. Thank you. Oh, no, Auntie Bunny. That's one of his biggest fears. Oh, that was the wrong one. I didn't mean to there. Sorry, I meant to highlight that one, not the peas. He is going to be healthy with the peas. Do not worry. So that roughage. Oh, no. That is literally one of his biggest fears is hitting, they call it hitting a four-wheeler, you know, because of the 4 tires. He's not been, thank goodness, knock on wood, in anything. He's had some close calls, but he hasn't been in anything bad. Now, his first day on the job, I believe he hit a building, but there wasn't any damage. Just kind of, you know, oh, we're good. Okay, I'm just going to get out of here kind of a thing. Oh, I bet. Yeah, because they have like a team of people that deal with that. Yeah, he backed into it. He got stuck. It was his first night all alone. And he got lost because there was a detour or something and he wasn't used to going in this area. And where the shop was, they had to pick up for, because he delivers, for the most part, he delivers like car parts and engines and stuff like that, transmissions from the assembly shops, tool and die shops, stuff like that, over to GM. And he turned down some wrong road and found out that it was some like little tiny town that had like one road and it had like this, it was some kind of like workshop building and it was the only place to turn around, and he got stuck in the parking lot and had to back up. And he said he was almost there to where he could have turned his front wheels and gotten right out. And he said he just needed a couple more inches, and all of a sudden he hears thump, and it was the building. But he said he pulled up, he's freaking out, sweating, you know, gets out, looks. There was just like a little crack or whatever, like in the paint. And he said, but it was like a big cinder block building. Thank goodness it wasn't, you know, some like wood building. And said he just said, swoop, bye-bye, I'm out of here. And see, that's it, no fault. Oh, it's horrible. I had, right before my mom passed, we were dealing with an auto accident with her and trying to get things paid and everything, and it was a hit and run, and they ended up finding the guy that did it, but it still was, because unfortunately they were both elderly and they hit each other. Well, he went into her lane and hit her, but oh yeah. He did, when he first started, he did out of state runs, but now he just does interstate, and he does like 2 runs a day to the same place. I think the same place. But so yeah, he's on the road. He's gone from like 9 o'clock in the morning until like 11 o'clock at night. So, but he loves his job. He loves driving. It was his dream to do, and he's good at it. He's safe. We always know, and that's it. Thank goodness it wasn't a person. And another thing that he did, this is kind of funny. Oh, that's even worse, that it's an out-of-state company. Yeah, because then you have to deal with both sets of policies and things like that, depending on what the state law is. Yeah. I am sorry for you, Auntie Bunny. That has got to be nothing. I actually, and I worked a couple months doing it and I couldn't stand it, but I actually am certified insurance specialist, and we had to deal with stuff like that, with medical claims, with out-of-state insurance companies, things like that, when people got in a wreck or something like that and they had a claim, and then we had to send it. It was a nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare. So yeah, I went back to doing hair and nails. Like, no, this is not my groove. But all right, guys, it is 1:30, and definitely, because they know they won't have to pay as much if they settle. They're better off settling than going to court, especially because most trucks, like I know, like driver's truck has like cameras all around it, so. And they don't want you to see that, because then you'll get more money if they're shown to have been negligent or anything like that. So that's why he said his trucks, the trucks that he drives in, even have like scanners in the camera that scan the truck driver's eyes like every so often to make sure they're not looking down at a phone or they're not sleeping, and it will alarm you and it will turn on and start recording you. And oh, no problem. Thank you for bringing that to us tonight. That was we had a nice talk. Like I said, it was about 50-50 in the chat of what everybody, and that's the sad thing about this, is that there really is, like, we're all about 50-50 about everything. Some people, see something in some pictures. Some people see other things as, 20 people can read the same article and get 20 different ideas out of it. That's why I love you guys. You come in here, you talk, we have great conversations. Nobody's fighting. It was good to see Andy tonight. He's probably not listening anymore. I probably bored him to death, but it was good to see Captured Andy. Haven't seen him in a while. So yeah, I like hearing other opinions. I do. Oh, leaving the scene of the accident, that's a big no-no. Big no-no, Auntie Bunny. Good luck to you, girl. Good luck to you. Yeah, you make them pay you, because that's ridiculous. I know, that's why I like it. Everybody has always said polite, respectful. I like that. So, all right, guys, I am going to. Actually, I have to go take a shower and then head to bed, because my teenager beat me to the shower earlier tonight. So, hey, I'm just glad that he's, taking a shower and not fighting me with it, I will. That's why I'm hoping a shower will help too, get some of the sinus stuff done. And so I'm going to just drown myself in Benadryl at night and Sudafed during the day to keep me awake for the rest of the holiday weekend. So, all righty, you guys. Thank you again. Everybody have a great night. I don't know if I'll be Oh, I gotta go to bed, Auntie Bunny. I gotta go to bed because I gotta get up for my oldest to send him off to his dad's. But I've got Mucinex too. I do. I got Mucinex too. So I'm not sure if I'll be live tomorrow or not. I'll try. Gotta get all the Easter stuff done. But might not have anything to really go over, but I'll try to hop on in the evening, like at night, so we can have a gab session at least. So yeah. Oh, all right, you guys. Thank you so much. And again, if you haven't yet, claw that thumbs up button for me. That helps get me out in the algorithm. It helps more people see me. And if you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button. That helps me too. So, all right, everyone. Thank you for watching tonight. And we will keep up on all the Nancy Guthrie stuff, the JLR stuff, the Leticia Stauch stuff, the trial of Ramon Preciado that's coming up too. So that's going to be next month. So yeah, so we got a lot coming up that we're going to be able to discuss and go over and save the world, because that's what we do in this chat, right? We figure out all the world's problems and we fix them. So sweet dreams to you too, Auntie Bunny, and thank you for coming in. It was good to see you, hon. So all right, peace, love, and claws, y'all. Happy Easter. Good night.